Hello everybody, this is battle 170 I believe, and it looks like I was up against a rainy pass, and it turns out, not really. It's a bit of a shame because I wanted to test the trick day out against rain, but what are you going to do? You can't make stuff happen, and it turns out it's not rainy, despite the fact it's got a Kingdra and a Ludicolo in, which to me, this, automatically gets the alarm bells if it's going to be rainy. That doesn't happen, not a spoiler really. Anyway, here's the regular start that I'm going with, and because it's start to Mammoth Swine combination, I'm pretty certain it's going to use Earthquake. But regardless of this, I had to use Follow Me simply because if they were both attacked, the Earthquake plus whatever Strapped went to, maybe use Brave Bird, maybe something like that, U-turn. If it had gone after the Bonnet, it might have killed me. And I didn't want to take that risk, thinking that I could probably beat Mammoth Swine with different Pokemon I had with me anyway, even if it wasn't part Fire. And here we go, and to use Follow Me like you expect. Trick Room's going to hopefully get set up. I'm not going to say what, I'll let it happen and unfold for you. Earthquake does happen like predicted, and it doesn't kill the Magmortar because of its EV spread, but it is pretty close, meaning that recoil from the Brave Bird did peanuts, but that doesn't matter anyway. It just means that if it was sashed, it would be NA, and it turns out it wasn't, it was Life Orb as seen there. Trick Room gets up, and I'm thinking, I couldn't remember off the top of my head how slow Mammoth Swine was, but I was pretty certain regardless it would be faster and therefore slower than these two. And I was also thinking because Earthquake seemed to go before Brave Bird, maybe it's scarfed in some way. So I was getting the general consensus that maybe it didn't have a sash like the previous battle, which screwed me over. So I used Destiny Bond thinking it'll Earthquake again. And I'm thinking because this actually can learn pretty much every move under the sun, it seems to have some type of Mew gene, I'll easily be able to start out with an Ice Beam. It's got base 50 or so special defense, and it goes like that. No problem at all, nothing to be, it's not unexpected, that should be how it is, and it was. Life Orb recoil. Maybe should have an Expert Belt, not sure, undecided. Anyway, Earthquake does turn up, and it obviously kills a Bonnet, it did half last time. Got in one hit, doesn't matter if it was sashed or not, I'm pretty certain it wasn't. Maybe should have checked. Oh well, I've not prepared that much in advance. Anyway, say it for me, it probably wasn't sashed. Here comes the Tangrowth, which really didn't want anything to do with Mammoth Swine, despite the fact it'd have an advantage in Trick Room. I've had bad history, as you saw from the last battle with Mammoth Swine, so I tend to kind of hope for the best with them. And because I'm a bit down on points if you're going to go on a judge's decision at the moment, so I try and put the Kingdra to sleep, thinking, unless it's a Sleep Talk variant, in which case I'd lose. That's probably the biggest threat. Maybe the Ludicolo would use Fake Out. A lot of them do in doubles. Some of them maybe do in singles. But this is doubles, we'll stick to it. And yeah, I don't think it does actually, come to think of it. No, it doesn't, because it actually gets off Fire Blast, and this is, I get a lot of luck in this last bit. I think I used my whole year's amount of luck up with a nice burn, which I think comes in quite handy. Sleep Powder hits, and you'll see that's even more useful later on. The Octillery dies, there's not a lot can be done about it. It usually survives a surprisingly long time based on its defensive stats, but not today. Ludicolo kind of wipes the floor with it in general, unless it's a physical gunk shot variant. I'm not going to use one of them, I don't think. It's not my cup of tea, the gunk shot move, it's too inaccurate. And knowing me, it would miss as often as it's meant to hit. Right, so I've got Tangrowth on my own. And conveniently, the burn knocks it within Power Whip KO range, so that goes down nicely. Kingdra's still asleep, and if it had woken up at any stage here, I would have lost if it packed Ice Beam. I don't know whether it packed Ice Beam or not. But Power Whip hits just over half, so I'm thinking now, when I said now, that I can 2-hit KO. And then a Citrus comes off, and then Trick Room ends. So I'm thinking, if it definitely wakes up now, I've lost. But conveniently, it doesn't. It stays asleep, and I use Power Whip thinking I have to use it again turn after. Get a nice crit! And that saves me having to speak for as long. Oh well, I won't get any more luck for the next 10 years or so. Anyway, thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed the narration, because I certainly hate doing it.